Constance Collier was an English stage and film actress and acting coach. She wrote hit plays and films with Ivor Novello, and she was the first person to be treated with insulin in Europe. Early life and stage career: born Laura Constance Hardie in Windsor, Berkshire to Auguste Cheetham Hardie and Eliza Georgina Collier. Constance Collier made her stage debut at the age of 3, when she played Fairy Peasblossom in A Midsummer Night's Dream. In 1893, at the age of 15, she joined the Gaiety Girls, the famous dance troupe based at the Gaiety Theatre in London. She was a very beautiful woman and soon became so tall that she towered over all the other dancers. In addition, she had an enormous personality and considerable determination. On 27 December 1906, Sir Herbert Beerbohm Tree's extravagant revival of Antony and Cleopatra opened at His Majesty's Theatre, with Tree as Mark Antony and Collier as Cleopatra, a performance for which she received much critical praise. Famed for his realistic productions, Tree and his designer, Percy McCoy, dressed Collier in a range of spectacular costumes. Later, Collier commented, "There is only a mention in the play of Cleopatra appearing as the goddess Isis." Tree elaborated this into a great tableau. Cleopatra, robed in silver, crowned in silver, carrying a golden scepter and the symbol of the sacred golden calf in her hand, went in procession through the streets of Alexandria, the ragged, screaming populace acclaiming the queen, half in hate, half in superstitious fear and joy as she made her sacrilegious ascent to her high throne in the marketplace. Collier was now established as a popular and distinguished actress. In January 1908, she starred with Beerbohm Tree at His Majesty's Theatre in J. Common's new play The Mystery of Edwin Drood, based on Charles Dickens's unfinished novel of the same name. Later that year, she made the first of several tours of the United States. During the second, made with Beerbohm Tree in 1916, she made 4 silent films, including an uncredited appearance in D.W. Griffith's Intolerance and as Lady Macbeth in Tree's disastrous first film interpretation of Shakespeare's Macbeth. In 1905, Collier married English actor Julian Boyle. She returned to Britain after her husband's death in 1918 in New York from influenza. No children were born from the marriage. In the early 1920s, she established a close friendship with the actor Ivor Novello. They both appeared in the silent film, The Bohemian Girl in 1922 with Gladys Cooper and Ellen Terry. They wrote hits together using the nom de plume of James Lestrange. Around the same time, Collier became seriously ill from diabetes and this proved expensive. She was sent to Switzerland for treatment in 1923, then taken to a doctor in Strasbourg. She was the first patient in Europe ever to be treated with the drug insulin following its recent discovery by Frederick Banting and others in Toronto. Fully recovered, she played the Duchess de Shurnes in Somerset Maugham's comedy Our Betters, and in the following year, collaborated with Ivor Novello on a play called The Rat. She also appeared in several plays with him, including the British version of the American success, The Firebrand by Edwin Justice Mayer. In 1924, Collier introduced Novello to the poet Siegfried Sassoon, with whom he had a 6-month affair. While Sassoon destroyed his diary for this period, his unhappiness over their relationship became well known, and according to his biographer Jean Moorcroft Wilson, pitched him into an unblinking hell. Collier's writing career is notable for her collaboration with Deems Taylor on the libretto of the opera Peter Ibbotson, which was premiered at the Metropolitan Opera in February 1931 and which received mixed reviews. In 1935, upon her arrival in Hollywood, Louise Rayner hired Collier to improve Rayner's theater acting in English, and to learn the basics of film acting. Hollywood. In the late 1920s, Collier relocated to Hollywood where she became a voice coach and teacher in diction. This was during the tumultuous changeover from silent films to sound, and many silent actors with no theater training were scrambling for lessons. Her most famous pupil was arguably Colleen Moore. Film historian Kevin Brownlow interviewed Moore for the series Hollywood about the silent film era. Moore recounted that upon taking voice lessons from a very famous lady, the teacher asked, "Is it true that you make $10,000 a week?" Moore replied, "No ma'am, I make $12,500 a week." The teacher Moore was referring to was Constance Collier. Collier nevertheless maintained ties to Broadway and would appear in several plays in the 1930s. In 1932, Collier starred as Carlotta Vance in the original production of George S. Kaufman and Edna Ferber's comedy Dinner at 8. The role was played in the 1933 film version by Marie Dressler. She appeared in the film Stage Door, Mitchell Lyson's Kitty, Perils of Pauline with Betty Hutton, Alfred Hitchcock's Rope and Otto Preminger's Whirlpool. During the making of the film version of Stage Door, she became great friends with Katharine Hepburn, a friendship that lasted the rest of Collier's life. Collier was presented with the American Shakespeare Festival Theatre Award for Distinguished Service in Training and Guiding Actors in Shakespearean Roles. Collier was a drama coach for many famous actors, including Audrey Hepburn, Vivien Leigh and Marilyn Monroe. She also coached Katharine Hepburn during Hepburn's world tour performing Shakespeare in the 50s. Upon Collier's death in 1955, Hepburn inherited Collier's secretary Phyllis Wilburn, who remained with Hepburn as her secretary for 40 years. Collier has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Collier died of a heart attack in Manhattan on 25 April 1955 at the age of 77.